Good evening, and welcome to MetroFocus. I'm Jenna Flanagan.
We begin tonight with the very latest on the push to fix New York's subways and Mayor de Blasio's Robin Hood-like plan to, as he says, bring the transit system into the 21st century. De Blasio is pushing for a so-called millionaire's tax that would require wealthy New Yorkers to help finance subway improvements and pay for half-price Metro cards for low-income riders. Here's what he had to say earlier today.
And we need a millionaire's tax so that New Yorkers who typically travel in first class pay their fair share so the rest of us can get around, so the rest of us can get to work, so the rest of us can live our lives here in this city.
The tax would require approval from lawmakers in Albany and comes as the MTA has called on the city to provide more money for the subways. In response to the mayor, Governor Cuomo, who is most responsible for the subway's fate, said waiting to approve a new revenue stream when the next legislative session begins in January would take too long. He added in a statement that, quote, "We cannot ask New Yorkers to wait 1 year to start repairs." Meanwhile, another governor from our area was making headlines over the weekend. Governor Christie said President Trump, who is vacationing in Jersey, was welcome to spend time at the gubernatorial beach house. Of course, you'll remember, Christie was heavily criticized last month for his stay at the Jersey Shore while state beaches were closed to the public. Here's what he told CNN.
The president's now on a 17-day vacation in the Garden State of New Jersey. Are there any plans for him to stop by the gubernatorial?
But where else would he go, Jake?
Is he going to stop by the gubernatorial beach house, is the question.
Look, the president is welcome at the gubernatorial beach house anytime he wants. We would welcome him with open arms for him to come and take some time at the Jersey Shore. But we're just happy that the president has decided of all the places he could go for some relaxation, at least a little bit, during August, that he's coming to the state of New Jersey. And we recommend that lots of other people who are watching, 4 weeks to go in the summer, come to the Jersey Shore. We're ready to take you.
The president's vacation comes as the White House is pushing back against a report from the New York Times that suggested Vice President Pence was among the Republicans positioning themselves for a presidential campaign in 2020 if President Trump does not run for re-election. The VP denounced that story, saying the article was, quote, disgraceful and offensive. For more on all of this, I caught up with Ellis Hennigan, who writes the Trump's America column for Metro Papers. I started off our conversation by asking him about Mayor de Blasio's plan to fix the subways.
Well, it will only affect families that make at least $1 million a year in income. So I don't know if it's going to have a big impact personally on the two of us.
Okay, well, no, it's definitely not going to affect me.
But, well, I mean, it's one way to raise money. I mean, we do have some rich people, and if you tax them, if you increase their state income tax by, say, half a point, we'll get some money from it.
But at the same time, this is a tax that has to go through Albany, and Albany's got a lot of people from upstate who do not believe in raising taxes under any circumstances.
Well, you just put your finger on why this is not so likely to happen.
Okay.
Right? It may be good politics for Bill de Blasio in New York, who needs to run for re-election. But as long as Republicans control half of the legislature, it's, I would say, a long shot.
So then, okay, let's say, how much of this is just the show of the mayor of the city coming out and saying, listen, I'm at least putting forth a plan, the MTA needs money, we need to fix this?
Well, there is that, and there's the fact that he is locked in a bitter battle with the governor. So you have to see all of this through that lens.
Yeah.
How is Governor Cuomo maneuvering for his re-election? How does Bill de Blasio respond to that? And how does all this play out on an issue that really does affect a lot of people? I mean, millions of people go to those trains every day, and they are noticing that things aren't working very well.
We all have noticed that things aren't working very well, but you mentioned Cuomo getting ready to run for governor again, and we've heard some rumbles about who might be potential candidates. One of them is a New York celebrity, well-known, Cynthia Nixon. She's been a very big advocate of public education. She's been seen a lot in the city. I think a lot of people in New York City know her. But in terms of becoming governor of New York State, that's something entirely different.
It is. It's a tough road. Yeah, she's got a high profile. I think she seems like a fairly likable person, and obviously engaged and smart and cares about these issues. But Andrew Cuomo is a tough player, and he has a lot of experience. He's got a lot of relationships. He's got a lot of state money to pass around. Taking him on, as Bill de Blasio has discovered, who has a lot of experience in these realms, is a tough fight. And so while it's interesting that an ally of de Blasio might want to challenge Andrew Cuomo from the left, essentially, I don't think that means she's going to be the next governor.
Okay. Well, on the other hand, though, the state GOP party has been talking about, I guess, who's going to take one for the team. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but lately, Republican gubernatorial candidates haven't been faring well against at least Cuomo as a candidate. There's been talk that the next person needs to be more of a moderate and not so much of a firebrand like some of the other conservatives that we've seen. Do you think that's a smart way for the state GOP to go?
Well, it would be the conventional way to go. New York is, by the standards of America, a fairly liberal, progressive place. It's not a huge
New
audience.
York City, though, right?
Yeah, but even statewide, it's compared to most states, it's a pretty liberal place. Here's the curveball and all that, though.
Okay.
Everybody looks at Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And it makes unexpected candidates have more confidence. They say, well, if he did it, maybe I could too. And so we're going to see a lot of people, I think, rich business guys, people with a certain amount of celebrity, and people who figure, hey, why not take the chance, entering all of these races.
This could be a really wide open gubernatorial race as opposed to previous years where we've seen, okay, that one's kind of a wacky candidate, but this year we could really see some fireworks.
We could. Listen, lightning struck, and that makes an awful lot of people think, oh, you know what, maybe it'll strike again.
Isn't the tagline for the lottery? But moving on.
You need $50 million in a dream. I think maybe the slogan.
You need the $50 million. But moving on across the river, Governor Christie has been in the news this weekend because he invited President Trump, who he's had his own acrimonious relationship with, to visit him at the governor's beach house.
Oh, that worked out real well last time, didn't it?
Yeah, he keeps putting forward the olive branch, so maybe...
Well, it's an interesting olive branch, though, right?
Yeah.
Remember, what was it, 2 weeks ago, that as the state was careening toward the economic catastrophe and all the beaches were closed to the normal folks, there was the governor on the beach with his family lounging out in the beach. And
that now infamous shot.
Even when you get beyond the visuals, you have to say that it didn't really bounce politically well. He got a lot of grief for it. People thought it was kind of thumbing his nose at the citizens he was sworn to be governing. To invite Donald Trump back to that locale, I don't know. That's a strange political twist.
Well, we'll see, because from what we've allegedly heard from Gulf Magazine, the president isn't so much a fan of government housing. But again, that's allegedly, because he says that's not correct. Anyway, Ellis, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and go over some of the top issues that we'll be looking at as they unfold.
Hey, thank God for them. It's fun stuff.
Thank God.